In terms of the economy, you haven't held back on Foxconn, the Foxconn subsidy from the state and locals, and I think just about everybody in the field has also. But I mean, again, when you say that, how would you retreat from that contract? If there's going to be a groundbreaking this summer, they're already employing people to prepare the site. You know, I think a lot of people in southeastern Wisconsin are enthusiastic about it, and in fact, some Democratic representatives voted for it. So I guess, are you suggesting that you would stop it, renegotiate it, or can you define what you'd do if you were governor?
I'm the only candidate in the race who has said this, and I'll say it here. I will go into court to rescind that contract and get restitution of any money we've paid, and here's the basis of it. An unconstitutional agreement, an illegal agreement, is unenforceable in Wisconsin. This is unconstitutional in several respects. It exempts one company from our wetlands laws, environmental protection laws, and from the jurisdiction of the Court of Appeals. Only company in the history of the state doesn't have to go through the Court of Appeals, the way it's set up. Now, I've talked to some of the Indian tribes who are very concerned about what's happening in Racine and Lake Michigan. They have treaty rights, and they will join as plaintiffs, I believe, which will help in getting federal jurisdiction. If we're limited to state court, we'll win in Racine. They skip the Court of Appeals, and the Republicans on the Supreme Court will rubber stamp whatever the Republican Party wants. That's what they've been doing with the manufacturer's credit and so on. So going into state court, the appellate court is the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals, where I clerked for the Chief Judge, Thomas Fairchild, at one time. It's a good court, an honest court, and they'll do the right thing. So I will go in. What's going on with the groundbreaking now is what I would call an attempt to manufacture fraudulent reliance. And when you go in for an injunction, one of the things they look at, they say, well, have you slept on your rights? Have you moved quickly enough? And they'll say, oh, we've been at it a year. We've been at it a year. They've been at it a year because they rammed it through in September with no Democratic input, no hearings, and they did it exactly to build up fraudulent reliance for a year. So I'm familiar with these issues. I think I'm the only candidate that's practiced law in that area at that level. And I'm really looking forward to this. It's not going to be like the train thing where Walker went in and gave up $800 million and busted a contract and paid a penalty. I'll do it the right way.